ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. The respected Education Director, Professor Mohammed Khan, Principal GGDC Mansehra, and Coordinator Agency Mansehra, Professor Fazal Karim, host of this wonderful celebration, Professor Fazal Karim, Principal GGDC No. 1 Mansehra, Dr. Imran Khan, Deputy Director, Sports, HED principals, professors, very dear students, champions, participating players, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to be speaking to you on an occasion which is celebratory. Celebrations are always welcome, especially in this part of the world where we have collectively little to celebrate. First things first, I extend my heartiest congratulations to a number of individuals and to a number of bodies. First of all, congratulations must be extended to the organizing committee and tactical committee of this event. I congratulate you, all of you, those who made this wonderful event possible. Congratulations to the hosts. In fact, there were 3 hosts of this zonal competition. Haripur, GGDC College for Women, Haripur, number 1 Abbottabad, and Chitti Dairy, who conducted this wonderful event, which comprised of 13 games and which spanned over a long planning. Finished product doesn't actually reflect all the effort of individuals that goes into making it a possibility. 21 colleges of Hazara, 3 different zones, venues, beginning in September with a meeting and culminating in February with a grand function at provincial level at Peshawar, in which CM himself came and honored the participants. And this zone, let me remind you, I was taking notes. 8 zones participated in these games in the whole province, and I congratulate your whole Hazara, first of all, after congratulating these individuals, that you stood out second among all the province in the whole province. So all those of you who are present over here and those who are not here, they deserve our appreciation and congratulations that in spite, I'll be touching on that very shortly, in spite of lack of facilities and the very non-existence of grounds, you were able to, I'm astonished that I'll be asking you, in fact, how was it possible for you to come out champions out of 13 games at provincial level, you proud daughters of Hazara? 1,700 participated at provincial level in 8 different zones, and you made it to the top, you made it to the podium. In fact, you outdid the champions, because I know that the southern part of province comprises of the plains, infinite plains in fact, and we are a mountainous region where even the boys' colleges mostly, I would remind you, today lack these facilities of games. What about girls? Only Haripur and Saraisala, and probably, if I'm not mistaken, KTS have playing grounds for field games for our female students. The rest of the colleges, how they have managed to hold these events, I wonder, and I'll be asking them for their input. So you're all winners. You deserve a great applause and a special congratulations to Madam Farasani for chairing this wonderful committee and making it a successful and a great show in which today we feel elated and ecstatic. Ladies and gentlemen, I won't take long. I wish we had more time and I had the opportunity to touch on many things on which I want to touch. But event is such and time is so short, and sir has, I had two other engagements, but you know why I'm here. Although the last message I received was that no mention should be made, but how is it possible that I should forget her? She won't allow me to forget her. Ladies and gentlemen, there are traditional things, and I, dear students, and even my colleagues, I want you to listen to this part of a few sentences very carefully. Through repetition, in English we say things become cliche, redundant. Words over a period of time, through successive repetition, become meaningless. None more than us among the humanity knows this specific trait of words. Why? Because in this part of the world, unfortunately, my position doesn't allow me to delve into certain dark chapters of our history. Otherwise, I would have told you that certain speeches that were written in 50s for a specific purpose, from that speech to speeches written in 20th century by the same person, didn't change a single sentence other than the names that were mentioned of people. We are so unfortunate people. We know when a celebration on game and achievement is held, we would be listening to एक से मन जिसमें एक से मन दिमाग होता है and all that stuff. We are already mentally prepared that we will be listening to these formal, meaningless sentences and just moving away. But I want to touch on this, that yes, I was a sportsman, and the weight you see is the result of having no opportunity to have games. And this is true. In spite of having lost its meaning, it is true that only, not always, but mostly, a healthy body can have a healthy mind. Because in my life I've seen many healthy bodies have very sick minds as well. A healthy body doesn't guarantee a healthy mind. But chances are that mostly healthy bodies would have healthy minds. But what I want to touch on, three things with respect to this particular point very briefly. One, yes, it is a universal fact. The more civilized a society is, the more open it is to physical exertions, walks, at least walk, and from walk to active sports. Second thing, and I won't touch on it, you know it enough. Mostly this is the point that is touched upon when people celebrate the celebration in sports. Second thing that I want to touch on is that basically now we know after research what gives us pleasure. This is a very philosophical topic touched upon by the earliest philosophers, and still research is going on, and we have reached a point in human history that we know that there are certain chemicals, from oxytocin to you know the names, that are emitted by our mind through certain mental or physical activities, and they cause elation, ecstasy, and joy. And it has been proven beyond any doubt that games, they are a great source of oxytocin, And when get involved in any sorts of games, we feel elated, we feel playing. It's a great source of pleasure. Third thing that I want to touch on, it's an easy way to feel happy whenever one is stressed out. In fact, I guarantee you, if there were more facilities of games, there would be very little tension in homes. People, after having, stressed out their tension in games, exhausted and having sweated, after having a lot of sweat, reaching home would have very pleasant minds. In fact, an elder brother of a friend of mine who was a brigadier and a noble sportsman told me during my youth that whenever you feel angry or tense or stressed, just go outside some courtyard of the facility, play some game, ease out, take a shower, and feel relaxed. But what I want to touch you most, I don't want to go into a lot of details on this particular point as well. Although this is the easy way to happiness and joy and tension-free and stress-free life to a large extent. Other problems will be there, but we will be feeling elated, enlightened, and unburdened. But the thing that I want to touch in a little detail, maybe for 4 or 5 minutes, and I want you to listen to this, my young daughters and my talented daughter, Aisha Akram, is we are born with a very strange package. People normally don't talk about it. When you go to psychology and human history, it is called primordial passions. Primordial passions. I hope I am understood. I don't want to use any difficult words, but this terminology there is no terminology other than this for this. I want to be very simple and I want to be understood clearly. Primordial passions are those 8 passions, it is said, that which are basic to human situation. Hatred, love, jealousy, competition, avarice, greed. 8. They have brought it up, but these we all know. These are the 8 basic primordial passions or emotions with which we are born. In my opinion, the greatest contribution of games should be and can be and is those who are sportsmen to a large extent. That it actually is life in microcosm. All life is a very all-out type of competition at different planes: physical, mental, intellectual, and technological. So many competitions. And what is important is when we compete in games, it is as if we are enacting the large life at micro level. There are competitors. There is a field like a field of life. There are competitors, people with ambitions who have come to participate and win. There is, as I said, field of life and this very field. Even if it is a small table of table tennis. Then there is the hard work. Bolt once said, the previous great fastest runner on the earth, that he, in less than 120 seconds, won in 7 or 6 Olympic medals in all short marathons or races in which 100 meter and 200 meter. But everyone said that for these 120 seconds, collectively, for all his races, which made him a multi-millionaire, he said he trained for 10 years every day, not missing out on a single day. Same is the case over here. And this, ladies and gentlemen, I would like you to think over it when you go home. That games actually, I personally, in one of my seminars,